3 deep breaths of some frankincense. Grand Rising, fam. How you doing? So today, I got a message for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. The both of you. That's how my daddy used to talk. The both of you. I got a message for the both of you. Okay? Let's start with my sisters, the divine feminine. So divine feminine. Now, I've heard you on many occasions complain about these masculines and, you know, all the stuff they do and don't do, and, what we have to recognize, divine feminine, is that we are allowing ourselves to be available to emotionally unavailable masculines. We are making the choice to involve ourselves with these type of energies, these type of masculines. We're not recognizing our worth. So that's what we need to focus on. Self-worth, divine feminine. Once you learn self-worth, you will realize that you deserve more than what has been offered to you, and you don't have to accept that. Once you learn self-worth, you recognize that you bring something to the table that money can't buy. All right, divine feminine? You bring something to the table that money can't buy. And if the masculine does not recognize that, then you let them learn the hard way and you continue working on you. It's not your job to try to force the masculine to recognize your worth. You recognize it and make the decision to allow certain type of masculine energies into your life because you know what you deserve. I know that a lot of our issues come from childhood. Many of us have had different situations. Some of us have had homes where our father wasn't there, and so a lot of us handle that different ways. Sometimes we may dislike men because our father wasn't there, and then some of us may be too dependent on men or too needy on the masculine because our father wasn't there. So we handle it in different ways. I remember seeing my father. Now, my mother passed away when I was a baby, but I remember seeing my father in an abusive relationship with his ex. I remember seeing him with this busted open face right here. He wasn't the type that would hit a woman. I mean, he barely hit us as kids, but he wouldn't hit, so he would get hit. And I watched that, and I remember just feeling bad about seeing my dad's face like that. I was daddy's baby girl, right? So as I got older, I would just want to be there for I wanted my dad to find a perfect girlfriend or a wife. I just wanted him to be happy. And so as I got older, I would just feel bad for him and just want to do for him, and come around on his birthday, buy him some sneakers or something. I know he liked playing basketball, and it's like I always wanted to be this savior in a way. And I realized that I carried that into my relationships too. I wanted to be the best girlfriend ever, the coolest girlfriend, the most down-to-earth girlfriend, that don't trip about nothing and just overdoing and doing too much, giving too much. First, financially giving too much, and even emotionally giving too much. And I know some people might look at that as, oh, well, that's not a bad thing that you gave a lot to. When there's no equal give and take, that doesn't set you up for a healthy relationship. When there's no equal give and take. what happens is when you're overdoing and you're giving so much, it starts to be like it's expected of you, like you're supposed to do it. That's how it starts to, and you get taken for granted, especially when you're in a relationship with an unbalanced masculine. So I know that caused a problem in my relationships, the overgiving and the overdoing and just doing too much. It's different for many of us, right? And it's funny where you think that your relationship can't go wrong if you're doing too much and you're overdoing, but it can. It can. It has to be an equal give and take, emotionally, financially, all of it. It has to be equal in order to have a successful relationship. So for many of us, we have childhood issues that have caused us to not see our worth and to accept less than what we deserve. So we have to learn self-worth, divine feminine. I call you all divine feminine, divine masculine. It is a state of being and awareness that's in all of us. So I don't care how you're behaving, how you're acting, what you're doing. You are divine feminine and divine masculine. It exists in all of us, okay? Divine feminine, I know we get lonely. I know we get lonely sometimes, but sometimes we need to be alone. We need to take the time to look at ourselves and recognize where we went wrong in our relationships. That's what we need to do sometimes. We need to be alone sometimes so we can learn to feel whole and understand that with or without a partner, we are great and we'll be all right. We'll be happy either way. Find something to get into, divine feminine, whether it is an exercise routine, change in your diet, some reading or whatever. Take a picture, a before picture of yourself, and then 30 days later after a certain workout program, take another picture. Get into something. Get into something for yourself. And many of you are jumping from one relationship to the next. I've kind of done it, not immediately, but I've still didn't take enough time to heal before moving into a new relationship. I've done that, and many of us are doing that too much, and we need to spend some time alone. Spend some time alone. You know, my daughters were laughing at me the other day. I was in the bed, I had my glass of wine, and I was all curled up in the bed, and I had my book, and I had the fake fireplace on the TV screen. Like, you know, the ones you find on YouTube where it's like 5 hours of a fire, crackling fire on the screen. And I was just in there just like I was in a lodge somewhere. And my daughter came in the room and was like, "Mom, this is so corny. You're so lame." And I'm like, whatever. It's satisfying to me. Alone, you are in the best company. So enjoy yourself. Enjoy loving yourself and spending time with yourself. Divine feminine. There's a baby gator back there, so I gotta watch my back. But divine feminine, some of you are too picky. Some of you need to adjust that list you got. You're too picky. You know, I've seen many of you, the masculine that you get with has to have this and that and this and that and this and that and all this stuff. And many of you don't have that yourself. Divine feminine, and this is with love. This is with love. In order to find the one, you must become the one. That's how you find the one, by becoming the one. And be yourself. Stop competing and trying to be like other feminines. Be yourself. What do you think you're going to attract by being like everyone else and not being yourself? You're going to attract someone who likes who you're pretending to be, and not someone who likes who you actually are. So be yourself, because we all are unique and special in our own way, and we all are worthy of love. We're all worthy of, we just need to love ourselves. People will treat you the way you treat yourself. Remember that. Don't miss out on a wonderful man by being too picky and demanding things that you know some of those demands are not that important. Make sure that it's the important things that you're looking for. Make sure of that, Divine Feminine. So you don't end up being the lonely old lady just staring out the window in everybody else's business. All right? Don't lose out on a wonderful masculine in your life because of you being too picky. When I say Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, this is an energy. This has nothing to do with whether you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. We all have it within us. Whether it's 2 women, 2 men, whatever your status is, it's the energy. It's the Divine Feminine and Masculine energy within us all. So it's not about man or woman, even though that's kind of like the term I use because I, date men, But it's about the energy. The Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine energy within us all. Baby Gator, just hanging around, checking me out. All right. Divine Masculine. Let me start off by saying that I love you. We love you. We love you. We were made to love you. We were made to love you. With your fine selves. Snap out of it, Nadia. Yeah, but we love you. We desire you. Now, Divine Masculine, I've also listened and heard many of you complain about the feminines that you're involved in and the type that they are, and they're using you, and you got a lot to say. But for some reason, you keep involving yourself with those same types of feminine. You keep choosing that. And many of you have the opportunity and have had the opportunity to be with a balanced Empress type feminine. But it's like many of you are afraid of that. You look at it like it's too much work when it's actually less work than what you've been involving yourself in. It's less work. But you think it's too much work because you know that you're going to have to rise to the occasion of that type of feminine. You're going to have to treat her with respect and treat her with value, and she treats you with respect, so you're going to have to give that back. And a lot of you don't like that. You look at it as too much work. You know that you're going to have to want better for yourself because the feminine wants better for you, and a lot of you don't like that. You choose these same types of feminines due to lustful reasons a lot of the times, unfortunately. And many of you, your ego is out of control. You got too much pride. You don't want to be vulnerable as if that's going to make you weak or something. Too much pride, too much ego. You listen to outside influences all the time as if you don't know what's best for you. You don't know what feels right to you. You know. You're so strong, right? And so powerful. But when it comes down to your personal choices, it's like your strength is gone. Like your behavior, the way you carry yourself. When in regards to these relationships and these feminines that you involve yourself with, it's like your strength is gone. And I know a lot of this comes from, toxic relationships and childhood issues, relationships with your parents, things like that. I get it. But just like the Divine Feminine, we have to take responsibility at some point. You look at what it is that you've been through. You understand how it's affected you, and you learn from it. You don't make an excuse as this is what I saw growing up, this is what it is, and this is why I am the way I am. Accept that, yes, you have some trauma, you have some issues, but take responsibility for that and work on changing that. Put some strength in that area rather than just being, the powerful, strong. Like, tap into what's going on with you, why you make the choices that you make. A lot of you, I realize that you like being needed. You want to be needed when you should be more concerned with being wanted than needed. You should be more concerned with being wanted than needed. I think that a lot of you feel like if you're not needed, and if you're with a feminine that wants you rather than needs you, that she won't be submissive or something, or and it's not true. The divine feminine, the balanced divine feminine, the feminine that knows her worth is still submissive, but you got to give a reason to be submissive. She is submissive. She's not weak. There's a difference. There's a difference. And you shouldn't want a weak feminine. You should want a feminine that knows her worth, a feminine that wants you, because that feminine wants to build with you. She wants you and wants to build with you, not needs you to take from you. And that's what you all have to understand. Let go of this thought that you need a woman to need you. You need a feminine to need you in order to be important or order to be. How has that worked out for you? How has that worked out for you? Divine masculine, if you want to be single, but keep it real. Stop playing games with these women. Stop lying and stop, leading them on. Just be real and be single. That's okay. You can do that if you want, but just stop the mind games and be real with these feminines. Give them the opportunity, give them the option to say, okay, I'm willing to play around with you where, you don't want anything serious. Let them choose that, but don't play games with these feminines. That's not going to bring you good karma. Don't do it. You want to be single by all means, enjoy it. But I got a little advice for you. You keep that up, you're going to end up like these lonely old men trying to find a woman. One just tried to holler at me the other day at the gas station. He said, "Miss Lady, I got a question for you. Are you married?" And I was like, yeah, knowing damn well I'm single as hell. He was clean though, he was clean. Had his Cadillac, he was fresh from head to toe. But I'm a little too youthful. I need somebody with a little more pep in their step. But that's gonna be y'all, keep it up. You're gonna be in that nice home, looking around. Damn, nobody to share it with. Keep it up. It gets harder. You get older, you get set in your ways, you can't grow and build with somebody. Like, come on now. Come on now, don't do it to yourself. I'm just playing with y'all. But I'm not really playing with you. I'm serious. Another thing before I end this video, divine feminines, divine masculine, stop giving away your sexual energy so freely. Don't give it away so freely. Those energies attach themselves to you. And some of those energies you don't need attached to you. So don't be so free to just be, I know you got your needs. Or it's not even really needs, it's wants. You can chill. You can wait some time. You don't need to get busy all the time. You can take a break. Take a break and be a little bit more selective with how you give out and receive sexual energy, okay? Be careful with that. So that's it for this video, fam. I just wanted to share my thoughts, send a little message to the divine feminine, the divine masculine. It's getting hot out here. Thanks, fam. Thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all next time.